Hi everyone and welcome to another video. So the brand new CGI trailer for Warhammer 40,000 10th edition has finally arrived. It previewed at Adepticon the other day, and if it's anything like the 9th edition CGI trailer, this could be a good indication of some of the units that we might see in the launch box for 10th edition. So what we'll do in this video is we'll go through the trailer, take a look at some of the frames, look at some of the new units that we've seen in the trailer and speculate on what we might see in the launch box. So the trailer starts off with Guilliman lamenting the fact that Imperial preachers are saying that the Indomitus Crusade is going well, they're driving back the mutant, the heretic and the alien, but in reality the truth is far from ideal. They are losing, it is not going as well as they might think. So as the action moves planetside, we get our first look on what could be a brand new character, so either a Primaris Lieutenant or Primaris Captain, and if you look at his armour there on his right arm, he's got some Tyranid bones, so maybe like a modern version of Tyrannic War Veterans, or maybe some sort of commando or something like that. And not only is he armed with knives, he's also got a combi weapon as well. He's got a combi, flamer and bolter, so multiple loadouts for this character. Next up we get our brand new incinerators or pyroblasters, not quite sure what they're going to be called, but the flamer weapon that he's holding there is similar to what the Black Templar guy in the recent release had, and they're going to be a fire support squad, looking at the shoulder symbol there. Next up there's an overhead shot of at least 3 veterans or stern guard veterans, something along those lines. I can't make out what 2 of the symbols are. They could be fire support or they could be veterans, but 3 of them you can see there are definitely veterans. You can see the white trim and the Crux Terminatus on the backpack of one of them, and one of them's got a white helmet, but then again we see that fire support symbol on the shoulder pads there as well as the veteran symbol, and then all of a sudden they're attacked by what looks like a new Carnifex. So there is a fire support guy in there, but then the person that gets picked up is definitely a veteran. So as you can see on the screen there, he's got that veteran shoulder pad symbol. We then get another shot of that Phobos Lieutenant again, or the Phobos Captain, depending on what he is. And he's unloading with his combi weapon. Then it switches back to one of the veterans again. You can see he's got that veteran shoulder pad symbol there. And then we get a look at a new Tyranid beast here. I don't know if this is a Hormagaunt or not, I'm not quite sure. Again, we see some more details on his right arm of those Tyranid bones there. Is it some sort of Tyrannic War veteran? But then we see a brand new Dreadnought. So it is a Redemptor Dread, but with the old Hellfire loadout, twin last cannons and a missile pod. So possibly a new Dreadnought, and you can see it's taking down the Carnifex. Again, we get another look at what could be a new Carnifex as the Dreadnought unloads and absolutely knocks it flat with its missiles and last cannon. Next up, we've got a Gravis Apothecary working away on something there. Unfortunately, he's going to get attacked by lictors any minute. But if we look to the left of the Apothecary there, on the right hand side of the screen, is that some sort of medical kit or medical equipment that he's got there? So could we be getting that alongside a Gravis Apothecary? Unfortunately, he gets attacked by what look like lictors. It looks like he's going down, but as he gets dragged to the floor, it looks like he manages to pull his pistol out and at least get a shot off before he goes down and gets killed. But that's awesome. We're going to get a new Gravis Apothecary in the box, hopefully. Fingers crossed that's what we're going to be seeing. Next we see one of the fire support guys, only this time he's switched to a bolt pistol, so maybe he's run out of flame of fuel if it is one of those guys, and he's grappling with one of the Tyranids there. Then it changes to the teleport Homer comes screaming through the sky. That slams into the floor and activates, so we know what's coming there. Next up we see the Phobos guy again, only this time he's switched to twin combat blades and he's going ham on the Tyranids. We get another nice shot of one of the incinerators or the flamer guys there. Next up we see another one of the veterans. This looks like the sergeant this time. Again, he's got the Crux on his backpack and it looks like he's got a red helmet with a white stripe and a melter bolter combi weapon there, so that's interesting. Then we see another one of the veterans getting dragged down by what looks like it could be a Ripper Swarm, but as he's dragged to the floor there, if we look in his left hand, he's actually got a grenade in his hand, so he might be going down, but he's going down fighting, because the next thing we see is a massive explosion in the background there. And then following on from that, as you can see the Phobos Lieutenant fighting at the bottom of the screen, there's a blinding flash of light and the Terminators teleport in. So looking at this, there's 4 of them on the screen. One of them looks like the librarian in the background, which could be an issue because I'm sure he teleports in later. But there's also a sergeant with a power sword as well, and then we get a good look at the captain. So it looks like we're getting a brand new Terminator captain as well. And it looks like he's also armed with a power sword and a storm bolter, and he's got some nice decoration there on his right shoulder pad and up on the top of his armour there as well. We then get a shot of some new Tyranid creatures rushing in, so maybe these are new Hormagaunts. Tyranid players, let me know in the comments. But we also get a Terminator wielding an assault cannon, and as they come rushing in, he just absolutely unloads on them. The assault cannon spins up and he starts gunning down these creatures left, right and centre. So awesome to see the assault cannon in action. We get a nice close-up view of the assault cannon there, so it looks like it's been updated. Hopefully the miniature represents what we can see on the screen there. There's shells flying out and all sorts. It looks fantastic. There's then a blinding flash of light and it looks like the librarian comes teleporting in, his armour and his runes glowing there. He looks awesome. He's got a force axe, psychic hood and some big chunky shoulder pad rims there. And then we see the Terminator with the assault cannon. Unfortunately, he gets stopped in his tracks by what looks like a new Tyranid Shrike or Shrike Prime. Again, I'm not too sure, so Tyranid players, let me know in the comments. But unfortunately for the Terminator with the assault cannon, this creature actually grabs him and picks him up. Anyway, he tries to fight it off by grabbing the claw with his power fist, and he actually unloads the assault cannon into the guts of this creature. But it's not enough, and unfortunately for the Terminator guy wielding the assault cannon, he gets ripped clean in half, and you see the assault cannon go flying off to the side. We then see a shot of the Terminator captain, another Terminator and what looks like the Phobos lieutenant fighting, before we see the librarian again. He's just finished off some creature with his force axe, and then he turns around and sees some sort of new Tyranid creature with a couple of auxiliaries, so some sort of new Tyranid psyker. You see the armour on the librarian and his force axe start to glow, and it looks like we have some sort of psychic battle between these new Tyranids and the new librarian. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what this creature is. You'll have to tell me in the comments, but it appears it's too much for our librarian, and he drops his force axe and unfortunately slumps to his knees. We then see another one of the veterans wielding what looks like a Hellstorm heavy bolter, so that's awesome. Maybe this veteran kit has tons of options and they can carry Hellstorm stuff that we've only seen on heavy interceptors. We then see the Phobos guy again. You can see the bones on his arm, and then the action switches to sort of a last stand type of shot. It shows the guys that are surviving fighting together in a group, and as we look to the right hand side of the screen, we see one actually raise a banner. So whether there's going to be like a new type of ancient in the kit, or maybe he's just picked up one of the fallen banners, not sure, but we get this awesome last stand. So whoever's left are fighting like in a bit of a Crimson Fist style mountain of corpses, last stand type battle. Really awesome shot. And then the trailer finishes off with the Phobos lieutenant. So where it started is where the trailer ends. We get a close-up of the Phobos guy, the commander, and then the action flicks back to Guilliman again as he laments the losses. So the truth is that it's not going quite as well as they believed. World after world is falling. You see him standing over his hololith display as some of the worlds just turn red as he's losing more and more battles. So it is grim, it is dark. 10th edition is coming, and it's going to be absolutely amazing from what I can tell. So that is it. That is the full breakdown of the trailer. By the way, if you've not been to the Warhammer40000.com website, if you sign up to the newsletter, even if you're already signed up, you can get an awesome desktop wallpaper which I've put on the screen there. So there's a Terminator version which you can get for desktop and mobile, but if you choose the other side and choose Tyranids, you also get a Tyranid version of this desktop as well. So you get this and a mobile version for the Tyranids depending on which side you choose. But anyway, that's it for today. Let me know in the comments what you think about this new trailer. What have you spotted in the trailer that you're looking forward to? For me, I think it's the Gravis Apothecary and the veteran kit. I'm really looking forward to seeing what we get, and of course the Terminators. I think that goes without saying. Brand new Terminators. Cannot wait to see what's coming. I just hope they are a squad of 5, not a squad of 3 plus captain and librarian, because that would be a shame. But anyway, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't enjoy it, just leave me a comment, let me know why. And all that's left to say is thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.